Hi, I'm Miss Hall, and in this video we're going to review graphing an equation by hand. Before we begin, you're going to see equations in two forms. You're going to see standard form, which is ax plus by equals c, where x and y are the variables and a, b, and c are the constants. And you're going to also see equations in slope-intercept form. It's called slope-intercept form because you see right in the equation the slope and the y-intercept. The two methods we're going to use to graph by hand are we're going to be using intercepts, so finding the x-intercept and the y-intercept. Let's just make sure we're all clear. The y-intercept is the point where the line crosses the y-axis. So you can see right here, I'm just going to make it bigger. It is 0, y, and it's important for us to note that the y-intercept has an x value of 0. And then we have the x-intercept, and this is the point where the line crosses the x-axis. Let's just make this larger. It's going to be x, 0. So one way to graph a line is to calculate the y-intercept, the x-intercept, and then connect those points, because you need 2 points to make a line. The other method we're going to be using today is y-intercept and slope to graph a line. So you'll recognize here we have the y-intercept, and as a reminder, we often use b to represent the y-intercept. And then we have slope, and let me write some notes about slope down here. So slope is often represented by the letter m. You may also hear it as rise over run. I like to use this symbol for it's how much you go up and down versus side to side between points. You've maybe already seen this formula, which is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And I think that's all the versions of slope you might be familiar with. So we have here in this line, it is rise over run. So we can see between these 2 points, we have a rise of 4 and a run of 5. So we would say the slope here, I'll just write it m, is rise over run. Now let's do some examples where we graph by hand. Okay, so you'll see that in example 1, we're going to graph the same line 2 ways. We're going to graph it finding the intercepts, and then we're going to graph it using y-intercept and slope. These graphs, if we did everything correct, will be the exact same graphs. And you'll notice that maybe there's a reason you'd want to do one over the other, but if you get comfortable with a method and you insist on using that, it should be fine. It might not always be the most efficient, but so method 1, we are going to be finding the intercepts. Let's start by finding the y-intercept. So this is 0, y. This is when x is 0. So I'm going to rewrite the equation, -3 times 0. You'll see I made x 0, and I'm going to figure out what y is when x is 0. So 2y equals 6, y equals 3. That means the y-intercept is 0, 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. And now x-intercept, that is when x, 0, when y is 0. So we have -3x plus 2 times 0 equals 6. -3x equals 6. X equals -2. I'll write this as an official point. -2, 0. So it's -2, 0. We have 2 points. We can connect them. Draw arrows at both ends because it goes on forever. And so that's one way to graph it. The other great way is finding the slope and the y-intercept. To do this, we need to get it in slope-intercept form, which remember is y equals mx plus b. So So let's start to manipulate this, and let me change my color to blue. So 2y equals 3x plus 6. Right, to get the x's over, I have to add 3x to both sides. And now I want to get y by itself, so I need to divide every bit by 2. So y equals 3 over 2x plus 3. B then is 3, that is the y-intercept, 1, 2, 3. And the slope is 3 over 2. So that's rise over run. From this point, I'll go up 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and over 2. 1, 2, 3, and over 2. I'm going to go down 3 and over 2. So this is the same as -3 and -2 if you want to reverse the pattern. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. It's easier for me to do many points just to keep repeating the slope, and then I can get my line to look better, but you only need 2 points to make a line. So you see we have the same line, and we graphed it by hand 2 different ways. Let's do one more practice. Well, this practice we started in standard form. In example 2, this practice we're going to start in slope-intercept form. We're going to practice the same 2 methods. So let's find the y-intercept. That is 0, comma y. That is when x is 0. So y equals -2/3 times 0 plus 4. Y equals 4. 0, comma 4 is a point. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is a special point called the y-intercept. I'll do the same thing with the x-intercept. This is going to be x, comma 0. So when y is 0, okay, so I can't move that equal sign. That means I need to move one term over. I prefer not to work with negative numbers, so I'll add 2/3 to both sides, and I'll get 2/3 x equals 4. Now I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal to get x by itself. That means x is equal to 12 over 2, or x is equal to 6 if I simplify that, and so we get the point 6, 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and connect them. 2 points can make a line. Now let's do this. It's already in slope-intercept form. Great. So B, the y-intercept is 4. Let's go up to 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the slope is -2/3. That's how much I go up and down versus over. So let's go down 1, 2, and over 1, 2, 3. Let's go down 1, 2, and over 1, 2, 3. I like to reverse this 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and connect these points to make our line. Okay, your turn to practice these 2 methods. This bottom part, I ask you to pause the video, try it on your own, and then unpause when you are ready. Let's find the y-intercept. That's going to be 0, comma y. 4 times 0 plus 5y equals 20. 5y equals 20. Y equals 4. 0, comma 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The x-intercept could be x, comma 0. 4x plus 5 times 0 equals 20. 4x equals 20. X equals 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can connect these points. Last up, we have a new line. This is in y equals mx plus b form. B is the y-intercept. And slope is, well, let me say b is 1. M is -2/3. So we're going to go down to 1, 2, and over 3. 1, 2, 3. Down 2, and over 1, 2, 3, and connect these points. Done.